Hi FlossTube, I'm Joy.
I'm Emma Kay.
And we're the Carolina Stitchers. Today is Sunday,
December 29th.
29th. And we are busy little bees trying to get our houses back together. We had a wonderful Christmas. We hope you guys did too. Everyone has officially left that didn't live in the area, and they all made it back safely, the last of them today. And so I'm recovering. We're going to ring in the new year. We have next on the docket for January. What are we doing, Emma? I have wedding dress shopping for your sister.
Oh, well, I'm going to that.
You're going to that. And I have jury duty the same week of my birthday. Yeah. They say it is random, but I beg to differ. Because every 2 years and a couple of months, I get that unpleasant summons in the mail.
They love you. It's because you're such a good juror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. People are like giving me 1,032 reasons I can get out of it, but I can't do that because I can't not tell the truth. So that's coming up, but we did take some time and we went through our WIPGO. This is the second time starting our intro, so I don't think we talked about that yet. So we took time. We're going to participate in WIPGO this year. And so we went through all of our WIPs. I had less than I anticipated. And we're going to go through those with you guys today. And then just go through our weekly plans. This way, at least we're able to keep it brief with what we have coming up this week and what we're going to try to get done. This week is, I think, Friday's wedding dress shopping. But other than that, Monday is take down everything in my house, which should be pretty easy because I feel like throwing away half of it.
Or giving it
away to the girls. So I'm going to be serious. I am so over it. And I don't decorate till late for Christmas, but I think because it's so much that by the time it is said and done, I am overwhelmed.
Ready to go.
I'm like, I don't know if it's the only child coming out in me or what, but I'm like, whew.
See, I could keep my Christmas tree up all year long. I love it.
I usually keep the two trees up in the dining room for winter. I'm like, those have got to go. Everything has got to go.
I start the new year off on a clean, fresh home slate, I guess.
And hopefully start stitching. I can tell you guys that I did maybe 25 stitches this week. I will show you what I started. You may hear baby in the background. We're going to eat dinner as soon as this is over, and she's downstairs with her daddy and her papa. So we'll see how that goes. But I think we should go ahead and jump on in because I have 20 some odd things to show, and you probably do as well. Unless you're going to do some repeats. So we'll go ahead. Who wants to go first? You want to go first today?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, this is my little WIPGO board. I got that all filled out today.
Nice.
So, nothing like procrastination
to get it done.
And so for my WIPGO board, I really wanted to focus on WIPs that would be a quick finish or close to finish, so that way I could just get them done and my bags could be free and I could start new stuff. So this one, it's a smaller pattern. It's Patriotic Smalls from 2023, designed by Twin Peak Primitives. And this is in a booklet, so it's got a bunch of patriotic patterns, 4th of July, Memorial Day. The one I am working on is, Memorial Day. So it's this one, which this will be a little bit more stitching. I started this, I think, 2 years ago.
Was it at Stitch Con, I think?
It might have been. Or for Stitch Mania, something like that.
Yeah.
And so I've got that much done, which I think adding it to my WIPGO board will just give me motivation to actually stitch more on it. It's just on a DMC Charles Craft 14 count Ada and the Called for Floss. So that is on my WIPGO board.
Do you want to take turns? Maybe we could do one so that way you won't have to, one person won't have to talk to death.
Yep.
I picked out my Red Velvet Cake by Glendon Place. And I started this I think this was my birthday start last year. And I'm doing all the called for silks and the called for fabric, which is opal Lugana by Picture This Plus. And I'll show you guys where I'm at. I think I made a lot of progress.
Oh, you really
for
did.
A little bit of stitching. So here we are. And I love it. stitches. I really enjoyed stitching with silk.
Beautiful. I love those colors.
I do too. I thought you would like it for sure because it kind of has the hearts.
Valentine's. Yep.
So that is coming up, and I purchased everything at Glendon Place, their actual website. So there you're able to hit up everything. And that's on my board. And I have it in a black cat stitchery bag.
Oh, I love her bags. Her patterns are so fun.
They are.
Okay, for this next one on my WIPGO board, it's technically 3 patterns in one because I didn't want to be stuck with one. So on WIPGO, I've just got it labeled patterns for baby, just because I do want to get some of Sophia's stuff done. So this first one, so like if that gets called, I'll be able to choose one of 3 or all 3. This first one's Leisure Arts, Noah's Ark for baby. It's book 1, I think. So we've got this. So it's got a bunch of cute little animals, and I'm working on a quilt somewhat like, or a blanket somewhat like this, but I've barely gotten any stitching done. I just bought it like a year ago and have not stitched any. So I got this blanket just from Joann's. I'm not sure the brand, probably Charles Craft or
something like that.
And then just the called for DMC. And so that's my stitching. That's Noah, or at least part of his arm. So it'll be a pretty good size when it's done.
Oh, it's gonna be big.
And then, so that'll be choice number 1. Choice number 2 will be, that's not the full picture, I'll grab that. It's Noah's Ark Mantle by Bent Creek, which this was one you'd actually sent me on eBay. And it was fully kitted, which was really nice. And so I'm just doing this on the called for.
So pretty.
And it's in 3 different parts, but this is the fully, what it'll look like.
I love it.
And then I'm stitching in hand with this one, which is new for me, but fun. And it's actually my whip for this week, because I was able to get a little bit more of the tree and the gator done. So not a lot of stitching, but some.
Is this a little monkey?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so cute. I
I
love
thought
it,
that
Emma.
was super cute.
And that's on a large count. Is that
Yes, I believe so.
gonna
It's
be
whatever
very
it's called
large.
for. And then the last 4, if I draw this, or if this number gets called, is, I showed this last FlossTube. It's Designer Baby Bibs, the little tax exemption.
Oh my god.
And so I'm just doing that on a DNC Charles Craft bib. And like a teal floss. And that's all I've got. So
I love that, Emma. Cute. And you'll have something to choose from.
exactly.
My next one is another Glendon Place. I love Glendon Place. And this is Love You Still. And I began this for my anniversary month, which is February. And I purchased, again, everything at Glendon Place. So it's stitched on 28 count ivory Jobelin by Witchelt. Love You Still. And so, let's see how far I was able to get.
That's a good bit.
Yeah. So I'll be excited when it comes up in my WIPGO because I really enjoy it. I love the blocks of color. And it is being stitched with the silk. Again, I purchased at Glendon Place. And it also has a button pack.
Ooh,
Not a button pack. It has
like
a bead
the beads.
and some silk lame. So pretty. Can't wait for that to come up. That was my next one.
Right, this next one, which I've shown a million times and have not stitched on it in like a year, but it is the Country Cottage Needleworks,
Oh, I
the
do
Snow
love this one.
Village. And so this is the one that's on my whip, is the Snowflake Stand. If I can get more patterns in it done, but I'm just aiming for this one, because so far it's been sitting here as a whip for like 2 years.
Yeah, that one.
And that is what I've got done, so love to finish it. Hopefully soon.
Yes. This one I started at StitchCon 2 years ago. This is just a portion of the pattern because it was a 4-part mystery free sal Haunted Halloween by Fat Quarter Shop. And I'm stitching this in the Classic Colorworks. And I cannot remember the name of my fabric, but it is Picture This Plus.
It's pretty.
And it's so cute. So this is where I'm at. And I love
I
it.
love it. I love the way that orange and the green
Yes. I'm really happy that I went with the classic because I do enjoy the variegation.
are. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is my next one. I'd love to finish it, but I'm not sure.
You got this.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one is one I started, I think 2 summers ago. It's the Witchy Stitchers Spooky Summer, which is super cute. And this was originally stitched on a gray, I think is what she did. I think that's a gray. It's hard to tell because my printer ink was off. And then I decided to stitch it on pink. And then I'm just doing mostly the called for DMC. If I didn't have the called for a few, like I think the blue is just like a couple numbers off, but still the same gist.
I forgot to mention this is, I believe this is a dot goose.
I love it.
Because it's so,
This is Amazon.
and we'll have everything linked below, or at least the descriptions below. Like I said, that pattern is a freebie. So my next one is, let's see, this was the Westies. What was the name of it?
Stitching with Westies.
Okay. She did this bag for us. She made us both bags.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this bag. I believe she's selling on Facebook now, one of the stash unloading sites. So she gifted us these bags. Thank you again. We love them. And mine houses my Autumn All Around, which is again Glendon Place. And I am hoping that this is the last year I have this as a whip. It's not on the called for fabric. I chose something out of my stash. It is Picture This Plus, but I'm not sure which one. And I've showed this a few times. And I really think that I could finish this year.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I can't wait to see that finished.
So it is stitched all in DMC, but it does have a bead pack, and it also has crinoline, which I've used most of them. So yeah,
That's so
is
pretty.
next on my WIPGO.
Are you going to try to finish it in the same frame that's on the...
I don't know if I can find that. You know, if you go to Hobby Lobby, I don't think they do specialty sizes. No. And if we have to take a break for baby, of course we will.
Of course. And hopefully your father has her. This next WIPGO is Welcome My Pretties by Cherry Hill Stitchery, which I thought this was a cute one. The way the witches, like the silhouette reminds me, was it a show, Bewitched?
Yes.
I can't remember because I've seen a few episodes of it. I love that. And I'm just doing it all on the called for. And that is what I've got done so far.
I love that, Emma. We have, first of all, this bag we purchased at StitchCon, and do you remember, what does it say? It just says the
Is
name
this
of
Lynn
it.
X Stitches?
I don't know, there's no,
Or Stitchin Peas?
but it's cute. And StitchCon is in the summer, so it was perfect summer bag. Okay. And this next one from my WIPGO board is Phantom Plantation, another Glendon Place. According to my WIPGO, she is one of my very favorites. And I've worked a lot on this. This is linen, and I'm pretty sure it's Nessie. Picture This Plus, and I hope that this is the year that I can finish it.
I love that.
Let's go in. I'll go ahead. I've been doing the back stitching as I go, just because I think it would be too much to try to...
It really makes it pop.
It really
I love
does.
the back stitching.
So, see the Grim Reaper. So it's going to be a good size piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that is Phantom Plantation, Glendon Place. And again, pardon any barking.
Yes.
We
The
are
voice carries.
trying our best, but of course we do have dogs and babies and men, and so we're just going to try as hard as we can to get this done. But if we have to pause again, we will.
Mm-hmm. So this, I did want to show this bag because I love this bag. It's by Creative Carol Designs on Etsy. But isn't this so cute?
Speaking of barking unruly.
I know. They're so cute, yet so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Which I love. And it's fitting for this next whip because this next whip is Plum Street Samplers Yellow Polka Dot Bikini. Thank you. And I believe this is all the called for floss, and I'm doing it on a top fabric taupe. How do you say?
Taupe. Yes, ma'am.
So I've got a good chunk of it done. I just didn't realize how large this pattern was.
They are large.
So
Yep.
hopefully
Is it the
gonna get
28?
it maybe at least halfway through. Yep. That's
Okay.
what it is.
All right. My next one is in a Cricklewood Crossing bag, which we love. Her bags, they are large, and I like the orientation of the bag. It works well for these, and it's another Glendon Place. This one is Ornaments all around, and this is where we had an accident with it sticking to the vinyl, so I now have it in a plastic sheet. So I worked on this a tiny bit. I think I was able to sneak in maybe 10 or 15 stitches before the holiday. And so this is where we are at. I did finish, well, I got more than that because I finished the gingerbread and these two. I went ahead, it didn't call for back stitching, but I took the darkest color of each ornament and back stitch, different from, I guess, what's supposed to be maybe pine or fir.
I love the back stitching on it.
And then anything that's open that you see, it's because that will be filled up with beads. And this is in DMC. It does have Krynic and beads, and it's on Picture This Plus Relic. It called for Relic. It called for the Crystal Relic, which has some shine to it, but I had the regular Relic, so that's what I went with, and I absolutely love it.
Nice.
So pretty.
I've got extra fabric in here. I don't know what this is too.
Oh, that's always good find, isn't it?
So this next one on my whip is the Cricut Collection February, which I love this. I probably started this like 2 or 3 years ago. So with this WIPGO, I'm really trying to bring back patterns that I haven't stitched on in a while. And then
I'm out of the frame.
oh no, you are good. This, I believe it's all it called for. This is one of the patterns Mom had kitted up for me for, it was either my birthday or
I
Christmas.
think it was birthday.
And that's what I've got done so far.
Baby. And it's not really showing the pink that it is. It's a baby pink.
And I did mess up a little bit on the F, but I'm kind of just finagling it. So we'll see how that goes.
I think it'll go great.
So yeah, get more stitching done on that.
Then your bag is from...
it's Lynx Stitches. It was the same as the other one.
The other one was.
Yep. And so
It's
this
so
is morning roast and coffee. It's just funny because all the little coffee beans are doing different things.
That's so cute.
I
I
love
need
it.
a morning roast bag.
Mhm.
I love that. And this bag I believe is Pam's Needle Workshop or Pam's Needle Shop. She's on Etsy. And this is her bag. And housed inside of it is a very special to me pattern. It is Lady of the Flag by Nora Corbett. Or no, this one's actually Mirabilia. And it's out of print. But I was able to purchase this. They had a reprinting for the 25th anniversary of 9/11. Or no, it was actually the 17th anniversary. It says 25th anniversary limited edition. But the original was 2001, and this reprint was 2018. But I was able to find it. She did reprint a few of them and released them, and I called a shop in California, and right when they opened, they had it. And this is on a primitive Hare Constitution fabric, and I am in love with it.
Oh, it's going to be so beautiful. I love it.
This is where I'm at.
There's so much detail.
And it is so pretty. I just had to add the red. And for her skin, I'm doing 1/1. Because she's going to be a real treasure.
Mm-hmm.
And while I stitched this, it wasn't in the summertime, but I remember that's when I was reading or listening to the audiobook, the
Founding
Mothers by Cokie Roberts, I believe. Yeah, it's so funny when you're doing something. It's like it sticks in the project.
Yeah.
You remember. And I'm already down 1 box.
Oh, wow. I put all mine in a, overnight bag.
Great.
This next one is one I've got maybe, I don't even know how many stitches. Not that many. I don't have the cover sheet printed. It is Honeybees and Flowers, Please by Stitching with the Housewives.
So it's
Sorry if I
small.
showed that. pattern. And really all I have left to do are some flowers and bees. So that'll be one. My goal is to finish it when it gets called for WIPGO.
You're almost done.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a quick one. This one, which actually she's called the January numbers for WIPGO, and this was one of my numbers. Silver Creek Samplers Coastal Cola. Emma and I started this together. It's a mother-daughter stitch along, and since then, I know Cross Stitch the Globe has started this as well.
I love that.
So this is on Picture This Plus Dwarf. I'm using all the called for, and it's just beautiful. And I did already put in the date. So yeah,
That works.
at least it was began in 2024. But how cute! Look at all the little detail. Look at the cola.
See, I love the floss variation.
I do too, because it looks kind of faded, like it's weathered. It's been out in the
With the
ocean
cloudy
or
day
on the
at
beach.
ocean.
So this looks like a dot goose bag, but it doesn't have. I think her original bags didn't have her.
Like the name tag. That's what I think too.
So it's
'cause I have a
another
few.
bee one, and this is just a little zipper pull that Emma and I made, which is perfect for the coastal cola.
Okay, that's fitting to show my next is Coastal Cola by Silver Creek Samplers. I'm doing all the called for floss and fabric. I don't have as much done as my mom, but
I love it.
chugging along.
We stitched a little bit on Mother's Day. Was it a Mother's Day? My next one is in a bag that does not apply to the project, but it is big and I needed a large one.
It's a really cute bag.
This is the President's by Clouds Factory. Let me see. Included a little plastic protector. I'm gonna see if I can find. I know I did print it. Clouds Factory, they are so detailed. I love their patterns when they print them, because it comes not just with the pattern, but all the colors and just all the information you could ever want. So this is the U.S. Presidents. And since then we have added, we're on our second one since then. But as a new president comes, they, for free, offer you the chart.
That's awesome.
And this is stitched on Relic, Picture This Plus, and I have half a yard. It's going to be a very large project. And this is where I'm at.
So that whole first row.
From Washington to Van Buren. And coincidentally, for Christmas, I received a book on the presidents. Basically, the good and the bad of every single presidency. And I am super excited to read it. I opened it and I was so excited at Christmas, and the kids were a little bit like, okay. Yay. I love history. So that's next on my work now.
This next one, I think this bag is a dot goose as well, but it doesn't have her tag on it. I love it. And I've got my little charm from StitchCon, our first StitchCon in 2022. I don't know if you can see that.
And we are signed up for StitchCon 2025. Weekend B.
So with this next WIPGO, it's the Poinsettia Santa by Sue Hillis Designs, which I showed this on the last episode as well, I believe. It's all the called for floss, and the fabric, I think, is vintage country mocha, possibly.
I think so.
28 count Lugana.
That's so pretty.
So I'd love to have him finished, but I don't know if he'll be finished by next Christmas, so we'll see.
You can try. This is another Cricklewood Crossing. She is one of our very favorites. Again, I love her bags. They're great for your larger projects. This is one of my favorites. This is the Quilted Witch by Lori Holt, I believe. Yes, Be in My Bonnet. And I have changed the colors. I was inspired by Deb at Country Stitchers, and she changed her colors, and I thought, why not? I'll change mine. So mine are not necessarily hers, but they are changed, and this is on Picture This Plus Wren. And I'm excited to stitch. I also added some specialty stitches. I'm straight in the pumpkin. I am super excited. You can see their colors versus mine. But this is a super fun project. So I added it to my WIPGO.
This one, I was trying to find the cover sheet because I don't have my cover sheet or pattern for this one. I thought it was in this bag, but I switched bags. So I think it's in the old bag. But it is, I'm going to say it is Strawberry. Yep, it's Strawberry by Stitching with the Housewives. And it is it's not like a chalkboard fabric. It's the one you usually stitch.
It's Shadow by Picture This Plus, but yours is an Ada.
And then this is just all the called for DMC. So I think this will be a finish when it gets called for WIPGO. And then my bag is just a Dot Dot Goose sea turtle bag.
That's perfect for you. Yep. We went to the aquarium before our last FlossTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The turtle reminded me.
Yep.
We had a turtle class.
Or I think it was after, because it was on the 20th. It was right before Christmas. Oh, unless we filmed on.
But we filmed on
The 20. We did.
Yeah. This bag I purchased at StitchCon, and it is perfect. I think it's an Linux Creates, but I love it. And I'm stitching, in this bag, I have ink circles and 99 bottles, and I'm stitching this for my husband. It's 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
Oh, I love
this. This is a fun pattern. It's also included every single maker and name of each beer. And appropriately enough, this is stitched on L by Picture This Plus. Oops. You know, the story with this, I had stitched maybe 6 rows on a different fabric, and my fabric was going to be too short.
Oh, I'd have been
so I'm restitching.
I'd been like, now it's 72 bottles.
Yeah, it's like it's about to be like 66 bottles of beer on the wall. So I'd like to finish this, and for eventually to have it framed and in an office for him. So that's next up for me.
This next pattern I did show on the last FlossTube, but it is the Jan Hicks Creates Feliz Navidad, which I just love the colors. I'm doing all the called for colors, and then the fabric, which I kept the fabric tag. Yep, it's from the Stitchin Kitten, and it's 28 count mushroom Lugana. And I've got a good portion of it done, so I think this may be a finish when it gets called.
It's so pretty.
So hopefully it gets called soon.
Yeah. You always hope that things get called in. I'm sorry. Things get called into season, but they won't necessarily.
Yep.
My next is a stitch along. I'm just doing the stitch along. Did you start this with us or no?
Mm-mm.
American Welcome Sal. Or American Welcome 2024 Sal. Plum Street. And so every month we have a portion, and I'm now officially 2 months behind.
Oh, but it looks so
But
great.
I love it. It's beautiful, and I think I can finish it this year.
Mm-hmm.
And this God Bless is 1/1. And this is on, did I say? I think it's Relic or Legacy. Picture This Plus. So I'm super excited for this. And this bag is by Cindy, and why can I not remember her?
I love that bag.
It's a folder. Why can I not remember her Etsy name?
I'm sure we can find it and I'll put it in the description.
I'm sure it'll come to me as soon as we get off. So it's beautiful, and I love it. It's probably my very favorite.
Because I have the Halloween
bag. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Why can I not remember her Etsy name? We'll get it, and we will put it below. Maybe I can't remember because my bandwidth is like this much.
That's why I am. I'm like,
after.
Plus, we usually don't film this late. I mean, it's late. It's 4 p.m. for us. But
No, it's, what time is it? It's not 4. It's like 6.
5:47. Almost 6.
So it is late for us, but I had some stuff to get done this morning. I'm not even close to being done, but I told Emma I'm overstimulated. Spoken from the only child.
Understimulated.
I don't. Maybe 1 of 6 doesn't get that way.
It takes a lot.
There you go.
This next one on my WIPGO board is by Night Spirit Studio. It's Unexpected Visitor. Got this from Etsy. Thought it was fun because it was Christmas yet aliens.
That's so funny.
And this is on 28 count mushroom, and I've only got some of the border done. It's a pretty detailed border.
Intense.
So ideally with WIPGO I would have the border finished. So we'll see.
Okay, this bag is courtesy of Amazon. Nothing too fancy. This is a Mirabilia Autumn in my garden, and actually I was gifted this by my other daughter's fiance. And I started it this year, and I'm stitching it on Ale. I stitched and completed the spring, but she's on a different fabric, which is going to be a real maybe issue by the time I get finished, because I'd like to have them all done and together.
Oh, you've gotten a lot done on that.
And it is stitched all in. Oh my gosh, at first I thought it was 2 M's at the end. I was like,
no.
But it's all DMC. And I love it. So that is Autumn in my garden, Mirabilia on Picture This Plus Ale. And you can see it's pretty stitched. Seems like all the stitches are right here, really. And then I can just zoom on up. That's my plan anyway. So that's coming up this year.
All right, my next pattern is Dirty Dishes by New York Dreamer. It says, the dishes are looking at me dirty again.
That's so funny.
Which I thought it was super funny. And this one I'm doing the called for DMC, and then just, I couldn't tell you the name of this fabric. It's something that you had
Picture
given
This
me.
Plus, and it's I was in a Picture This Plus Ada club many years ago, and I basically gave all of my Ada to Emma.
So I've got the dishes, and I think I missed a stitch on the wine glass, so it's actually, I think it should be closer to the letters, but I'm going to see if I could just
Oh yeah, I don't think
finagle
that's
it.
going to be a big deal.
So that is that one.
This is a Cricklewood. Really, when it is StitchCon season, Emma and I make a mad dash for the bags. That's our thing. And this is Mirabilia. Let's see if I can find any cover sheets for you guys. And this is Winter in my garden. Love it. Mirabilia. And I'm stitching this on Ale with the called for DMC. To me, these are real simple patterns. If you're going to start a Mirabilia, one of these would be super easy to start with, because it is DMC. I'm not sure. I don't think there's any specialty flosses in it. And this is where I'm at. And I do my skin 1/1 on my Mirabilias.
The colors really pop on the Ale.
Yeah, that's what I said. The spring is not on Ale, but she's complete. So ideally they would all be done and all 4 could hang together somewhere. But I can't do that if I don't resit. Look at the inside of this fabric. It's like same.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah, I don't know, but that will be a problem for
I think you can still
future.
get them together, because spring is supposed to be like this. Is the fabric lighter than Ale?
It's one of those that it's when I first started stitching again. So I picked it up at Joann's, and it's that thick fabric, that brown that's super thick.
Okay.
I don't know how I stitched on it, but I did. And I finished it. So, future joy problem.
All right, the next for my WIPGO is Ink Circles Reflections of Mexico, which this is one I have not stitched on in a while, because you really have to be paying attention. Because if I miss a stitch on this one, I would probably cry, because I would take it out. I would not try to finagle this.
That's perfect.
And this is another fabric you had given me, so I'm not sure. I think it's Picture This Plus.
Oh, variated.
It's the call for
DMC.
DMC, which I actually ordered this off of Amazon a while ago. I bet I could have gotten it at Michael's or Joann's, but it's DMC 4000.
That's perfect.
But I thought the colors
would
be great.
So good. This is another bag that I believe may be Goose. And I am stitching on the Hands On Design Laundry series, and I have one left. The one I have left is Irony. Irony, the opposite of wrinkly. Isn't that the truth?
I love that.
I would love to have these finished. This is also the one that, if you remember a while back, I know this is why I put it away. I messed up on the freebie part. This is what I have so far of Irony. So it'll go really quick, I think. But here's where I messed up. For each pattern, you get a free word, and then you stitch it. And I stitched them out of order. So I stitch wash, fold, and my last one is dry.
I think you can still use it.
So I thought that I'm going to have to restart it because it's going to drive me bonkers. This is just on an inexpensive linen that I picked up maybe at Joann's. But I could probably still finish this and maybe Emma could use it in her.
I would use it.
Yeah.
It can be, if you even did wash full dry, it could just be something that makes people double take. Like, wait, what?
I think the problem would be when I'm in there, I'll always be double taking.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I messed up.
You can't
So,
mess
that should be a finish this year for me.
up. Good stuff.
All right.
This next one is the Artsy Housewife Gorgeous, which this is probably one of my favorite whips. I think the crow is so cute.
She's
Coffee. And I'm stitching this on 28 count Crypt Cloth Lugana with just mostly the called for floss. I've got the specialty floss and then the DMC. Well, I've got some of the specialty floss. I think the Weeks Dye Works, and then the rest I'm just doing DMC.
That's gonna be big.
I found a DMC floss converter online to where, like, if you don't have a certain color, so like say I didn't have 407 on this, I could type in 407 and it gives me all the close.
Yeah, that'd be super helpful.
Mm-hmm.
This bag is a Stitch in Piece bag. It matches my, what is that called? My mat? My retreat mat?
Yep.
I bought retreat mats and matching project bags for myself and Emma before StitchCon. And mine holds a very special project. And I actually worked on this at StitchCon. My girlfriend Angie is probably mad at me I didn't finish it yet. Bygone Stitches, One Nation. And this is gorgeous. And as we discussed last episode, my husband is just retired from the military after 30 years of service. And so to commemorate everywhere that we have lived, there are little stars between or before each state. And I'm going to do it true to the pattern, red, white, and blue. And then the little stars before the states that we were either born in or stationed in, I'm going to make those gold.
I love that.
Just so it could be special to our family. And I'm stitching this on Ale. And the colors I chose are, I have them in the bottom of the bag, Blacksmith Blue, Bamboo, and Cupid. So this is where I am at.
But your stitching on this is beautiful.
Thank you so much. And I actually was timing myself for each star, and I believe it was 27 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying to convince myself to get this, to get some major work on it. I would love for it to be in the house. So that is on my WIPGO board, and I think for me, that is the last actual project that I have on my WIPGO board because I have some free spaces and I have a mirror space, a mirror Nora space. So then if that came up, I would stitch a mirror, a Nora. I have a Glendon Place space, and I have a stitching with the housewife space, and the rest are my choice space.
Wow,
So that's the good thing about having being able to make your own bingo board.
So I might edit my bingo board after
Okay.
this. Because I've got a few more. So this next one is Wedding Day by Sue Hillis Designs. So I did this as an anniversary sampler for my husband and I. Started it last June because June's our anniversary month. And I'm just doing this. It was a piece of fabric you'd given me. But I'm not sure.
It's just something from Joann's or Michael's.
And I'm doing not the called for colors, just similar DMC.
And it's a Lugana, but it looks like a 32.
It's very small.
Yeah, it looks like a 32.
So there is that one.
Great. Don't lose your patterns in your
Oh, yes. Let me.
cover pages.
Whoops. Oh my gosh.
That's a problem when you have to bring all your things over, is making sure that you
Take everything
leave
back.
with all your things.
And not take stuff that's not yours.
Which has happened the last time you left all your Christmas patterns.
Like, no.
And I told you so.
This next one is Coffee Break by
Soda Stitchers.
Soda Stitches. And I'm stitching, it is a smaller portion of that pattern. I'm trying to find it because I switched up. It's coffee, but it is this pattern. but it's so small on the thing. But I switched it up. Instead of coffee, it's cafe,
Good.
which is the Spanish
Gosh,
word
my
for coffee.
fingers look horrible. Please excuse. I've been working all day.
That's what I've got done so far. I'm not doing the called for colors, just similar in DMC.
That's so cute. Then you can make a little coffee bar.
Mm-hmm.
Or decorate a little coffee bar.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more.
That's okay.
This
I'm
next
not going
one-
anywhere without you. But your stomach's growling, so
Like that.
you have dinner ready.
This next one is the Witchy Stitcher, Ghostface Valentine, which I think that this will be a finish. This is actually one that got called for this month. I'm like, it would have been fitting for February, but maybe now I'll have it done before.
It's your January call.
Yeah, so
That's
I've got
awesome.
all... I'm just stitching this on a piece of Black Ada from Joann's, and then just the called for DMC.
I love that, Emma.
This is the Little Stitcher, Legends Up for Halloween, the Haunted Mausoleum of Julia Legree. I think it's Legree. I don't know why I can't get that. My brain's
I don't know.
just...
We've been corrected.
Yes.
Nicely.
I corrected myself.
And we still can't remember it.
I'm stitching this on 28 count mushroom, all the called for DMC. I worked on this a lot at StitchCon this past year, and so I'm really close to a finish. I just need to finish the actual mausoleum, and then there's some candles below it and some back stitching. So that'll be good.
So cute, Emma.
And then this next one is one of my favorites. It's The Beach is Calling by Erica Michaels. And I'm just doing this on all the called for. Well, except for the fabric. The fabric's Atomic Ranch Amber Wave. I thought that was a good summary.
I love the
summertime
crossword.
pattern
We love crosswords.
fabric.
For Christmas, we all started. We were doing the Washington Post
Yes.
crosswords together.
Which we have a group chat for the
That's a lot
like
of fun.
Wordle.
For like
and
the
then
mini
NY
crossword, but we
times.
had a
Yeah.
good time with that. We finished all of them. We even tried to do a little competition. Who could finish first?
I didn't finish this one. I think I've got like a minute 20 going, and I have 2 more that I just can't figure out what it is. So I'll go back.
Oh,
to
the
that.
mini. But we did a competition with the Washington Post, the big one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The mini is usually fairly easy because if you can't get one way across, you can get usually
the
the
other way, and
yeah,
then it's pretty much done.
pretty much.
This one is Waxing Moon Designs, Black Cat's Halloween. And I'm working on this pattern, which this is so close to a finish. I think this will be a finish when it gets called because it's all the same color. It's just DMC 310 and just a scrap piece of fabric I had.
Oh wow, it's gonna be big.
Mm-hmm.
I found one whip that I may be giving to Emma. I'll let you know if I absolutely decide I'm not keeping it.
And this is the last one.
Wow.
This is Halloween Town, or Halloween Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. Halloween Town is a great movie, though.
I enjoy it. I like the music.
Mm-hmm.
So cute.
And this, I think, will be a finish when it gets called, because I really have maybe half of it left. And just
Fabric
all the
choice is
called for
beautiful, Emma.
DMC. Thank you. I went different with the, or a different way with the fabric, and I think it's
like stormy.
Nocturne or
I
something.
think it's some kind of stormy
I
gray.
cannot remember, but I bet I could find out.
Yeah.
And that is the last for my WIPGO reward, because then I have a free
love
space.
That. I have a bunch of. Well, they're not really free, but at least they'll. You know,
We get
I
to
could do
pick
something
what we
different.
want.
So I have a few goals for this week. First, get my house in order. Second, give half of it away to my kids. And for stitchy goals, though. Oh, third is I have to make my resolutions. I'm big on resolutions.
I need to make mine too.
Resolutions and goals. I need to set them, and I did get a new stitchy journal, but I didn't bring it. I got a new one for stitching, and then I got a new personal one. So I'll be doing that this week, but I have 3 projects that I'm going to finish this week.
Ooh.
So I'm going to finish them, and they will be done before we get to 2025. And the first one is With Thy Needle and Thread Spring Fling. And this pattern has just been hobbling along with me for several years.
I love this pattern.
I almost put it on my WIPGO board, so I opened it. It's on a picture, a crystal picture this plus, and it has a needle, so we all must beware.
Be cautious.
I almost put it on my WIPGO until I opened it, and then I was like, this is ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to stick it in there.
Which I love that fabric.
I don't know what it was. It's a Pictures Plus crystal. But look.
Oh, you are so close
I'm
to
like
that.
almost done. Who puts that away? So I have a rose. They look like roses anyway. And to finish that leaf. And then she's completely done. And she is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And I changed my colors. I don't know. I'd have to try to look it up what the actual bunny was, because she had good variegation. She was supposed to be white, but I went with the brown because the white didn't show up very well on my pink. But here I am. And so this is going to be finished this week.
I love it. I'm trying to see
One
if
very
I see
large
color.
bunny hat. I don't think I have it in there.
Trail dust?
I think that's the bird
Oh.
because she's more
Oh,
gray.
yeah.
So I don't know. And she's in my Ziploc. So I'm going to do that. My second finish for this week is going to be Artful Offerings Kind and Gentle Woodland Holiday Sampler. And I started this year, this holiday season. I watched Country Stitchers. Deb had went to Shepherd's Bush and shared a conversion that they had on the wall there. And so I went with the colors that Shepherd Bush had changed. And I'm using, this is Platinum Cashel, and this is going to be huge. I stitched it on 28. So look how big this is.
Especially that was this holiday season.
Yes, but all I have left to do now is the red ribbon and these little stitches at the end. I ran out of the floss, but now I have it. So I'm going to finish that this week. Isn't she so pretty?
It's beautiful. I love the bunnies.
I do too. I love the bird.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to finish that this week. So again, it's not going to 2025. I hear an escaped
weenie dog.
Weenie dog, not really escaped. They were downstairs and now they're upstairs fighting in front of the craft room door.
They want to be part of the FlossTube.
Maybe someone downstairs will notice, but maybe not. This is Summer House Stitchworks Spring Awakens. And again, I almost put it on my WIPGO and then opened it up. It's on a Wren, stitched with the called for DMC.
Oh, wow. You're almost
how much
done.
I have done.
You just got the blue, right? And...
So, I think I can finish it.
Oh, I know you can.
So these three are going to be focuses for me this week, and hopefully next Sunday I can show you guys my finished project. And I just did it on DMC, and so that is 680, 758, and 924.
Beautiful.
This is the new color that I want to paint my dining room. So, I love it. And I just added it into another bag because I think I was out of sorts with the Hare and the dogs escape. I'm like, how many people? How many people to replace a mama and a Mimi? Probably a lot. So I have those goals for the week. I have 2 new starts for this week, but I'll let you, did you make any stitchy goals for this week?
I have 2025 stitchy goals.
Okay, but not anything for the week.
Get organized. Get my stitchy house in order.
I love that.
That is my goal for this week.
I have 2 new starts for December because I'm adding these onto my WIPGO board. So some of the spaces I had. One I started yesterday, maybe. It's Nora Corbett Aquarius, and I received it last year for my birthday. I am an Aquarius, and I'm not going to change anything about it. It's just perfection. So I started it on Pictures Plus Vellum, and it is, there's another scary pokey needle. Stitching it with the Contour DMC on Vellum Picture This Plus. So once I finish those, I'll probably stitch a little bit more on this. My WIPGO, the way I'm planning to do it, when it calls, I'll stitch that, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to stitch those projects during the year at other times. So that I can get some things finished. And then my next new start for this week was also a Christmas gift. As we show Christmas gifts, we'll tell you guys, because I've already put a lot of mine away. This is a Linux Stitch Creates a bag that I received from my youngest daughter for Christmas. Wasn't it?
Yep.
And I've already filled it up. And this is a pattern I received from my husband for Christmas. And naturally, it's Glendon Place. And it is Blessings and Grace. And we are again located in South Carolina. And the pineapple is everything here.
Yep, Charleston pineapple.
Yep, for the welcome. And so I'm doing it in all the called for, which is Moon Glow Picture This Plus. Are the beads. Nope. Yep, beads, yes. These are the beads that I will need. And these are Karen Wildflowers and Sullivan's Floss that are called.
I love that. I love that pattern.
Me too.
Might have to snag it.
So I'm going to start that this week for even if it's just a couple stitches, because it's already on the WIPGO. That's why I was short a couple. Because these two are on the WIPGO, yet they're
haven't started.
No, I haven't started yet, because I'm going to do that in December. And I think other than that, next FlossTube, I'll go over I'm still working on the building block Sal. Myself and Missy and a lot of other people joined us. So that was super exciting. And I'm still working that as the year goes on. I'm going to work my American Welcome Sal, my building block Sal, and then Let's GPS Together Sal, which is also with Missy of 2 needles pulling thread, because those are 3 things that I stitch a lot. And I'm going to try to somewhat stay focused so I can finish some things. So those are my goals for the week, and next week we'll go over what we did, if we worked on our WIPGO yet, and my building block Sal pull.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my goals for the week were really just, hopefully I'll get some stitching in, but really just organizing the craft room. But I did want to show my Christmas haul that was stitchy.
Oh.
It's from my mother. It is the Stitching with the Housewives Winter, and it comes with all the things. It is the bag, the patterns, the finishing. I'm so excited to get this started, which I think this is when I'll stitch or start stitching maybe this week. That is my plan. Hello, Winter. I love the little keychain.
If you're interested in those, you can get them at Fat Corner Shop, I believe, still available.
We got that. And then this is something I did not even know they make. It is from Keepsakes, and it is a
quarter gauge.
Quarter gauge.
And as Stephanie mentioned it on Just Keep Stitching, I ran right over there and got MK one. Must have been one of the first ones. They're out now, but it came before Christmas, so that was exciting. And we will cut the QR code out.
Yes, we will. I didn't know you could scan it from it. See,
you can scan this from everything. It's technology.
Yeah. I need to get with it.
I know. No, you are with it. You're the one that helps me out. Anything else? I think I might go over my stitchy goals some more when I make mine next weekend. But do you want to go ahead and go? Did you finish yours?
I think I finished them. I might add some stuff, but it was just like kind of rough ideas. So for 2025, I want to fully finish my Stephen King house and a bunch. I have a whole project roll full of my finishes that have not been done. And so if there are any smalls, and by smalls I mean something that's like this big or smaller, my goal is to get those finished and the Stephen King house. And then I want to try to do, I don't know if this is already like a stitch along or something, but 25 starts in 2025.
I'm definitely going to do 25 and 25. And I've pulled out a bunch.
Ooh, see, I need to go through it. Because I have a bunch of patterns I'm going to go through.
When I
organize
this weekend.
I'm going to go through it. And then I want to try to find like a good freebie a FlossTube or freebie a month to show, because if we're doing them every week, maybe once a month from like a good website, good PDF just to share with y'all. And then organize my craft room, which is also my goal for this week. Stitch 1 to 2 hours a day or night whenever I can, probably when the baby's asleep for the night. Which is
impressive with a baby.
And then create a video intro for our FlossTube.
She and her husband are working on that, so we're hoping to start with our first January FlossTube.
With the new
we'll have one up, but we appreciate you guys so much, and we're having a good time coming back. I know we seem maybe dazed and confused.
It's that time period between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, it is just so much has happened, so much still needs to happen, and but I'm sure we'll just be our peppy selves again by next week, right?
2025.
And we're hungry, so maybe our blood sugar's but we're gonna go, and then next week I'm gonna go over my. What do you want to do next week? I'm gonna go over my goals. I'm gonna go over my weekly stitching, and then I don't think I'm going to show what I pulled for my new starts, because I think I'm just going to show them
as I start them.
But I have already pulled them, so in case I change something,
you can just go back.
That it'll just be changed. So I think that's what I'm going to do, but I am going to stitch 25 and 25. So we're going to go because food is ready. Emma is starving because I can hear her stomach growling. And we're going to see you guys next week. And we appreciate you so much for catching up with us. Hope you guys have a wonderful new year. And we will see you in 2025.
Bye.